Bottom left of Shakur's plateau is the Zerg player from FXO that has been able to take 2 wins already. If he takes down Polt, he will advance. It is
FXO Leenock.
There is the kid himself.
Leenock is actually kind of slow with his keyboard and mouse, but he is so precise.
Well, at the beginning he is. Yeah. But here's his opponent, a very strong Terran player. Not the best against Zerg, but still very good.
Polt.
And we have to give it to Polt. Polt was able to take down ST. We talked about the statistics already. His record against Zerg is not the best. He only won about 51% of his matches in TVZ. But after beating Naniwa and Nesty, there's nothing to talk about. Statistics are statistics. This is the real deal. Polt is up against Leenock right now. They were already playing against each other, and the score is now 1-1. One of the best of 1 matches that they played was ended in favor of Leenock, the other one in favor of Polt. And Leenock doesn't scout the barracks that Polt is building right now, so the second one is being built, and he have a double barracks opening. And that second barracks that we're seeing on the screen right now will be able to fly down to the low ground and therefore put more pressure onto Leenock. And Leenock scouts everything, he's aware of what's happening, and he's still getting 2 additional drones.
Wow, yeah, being a little bit greedy there, but
maybe he doesn't realize that there's a second barracks. Maybe he's really on the assumption that there's only one, but usually with the scouting information that he had...
Whoa!
He's killing the SCV? Really? Wow.
He got the SCV. That's actually pretty crazy.
And he's going for gas before pool as well. So Leenock playing a little bit greedy right now.
Yeah, he's definitely playing greedy. I guess getting that SCV helps though in his situation, but wow.
I'm not sure if
he's
Leenock
going to be in a little bit of trouble. Can you check his vision? Did he know about the second barracks?
No, he doesn't.
Okay, he doesn't know. So he thinks it's just going to be 1 barracks pressure. He completely missed that other one.
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
Spawning pool is not done yet. He needs to pull. He needs to pull ropes. Oh, and the well, okay, the hatch is about to finish.
And here comes a couple more SCVs off as well.
Is he going to wall off at the choke?
He might do the triple bunker wall off. If you put 3 bunkers at the top of that ramp, it is a complete wall. Is he going to do that, though? He's got 2.
It looks like it.
And he sees it there. He's got a chance to close that gap or get something in the way, but he
has more SCVs on the way.
The Zerglings are on the way, and
yep,
the Zerglings are not going to be out in time. The 3rd bunker goes up, and
Leenock is going for the Baneling Nest right away. He already has a Baneling Nest halfway done. Leenock once again faced with the Terran player that puts on the early pressure. Against MMA, he lost his hatchery. He was able to get back into the game, but in the end, he had to surrender. Will he be able to prevail against Polt? The Baneling Nest is done. Now will he be able to save his hatch?
Now there's a lot of Marines pounding away at that hatchery right now. 5 to be precise. He's building a lot of Zerglings, and here's the Banelings morphing. He got a Baneling Nest immediately, and he might just be able to bowl over those 2 bunkers in one fell swoop. Here they come. Oh, he's going to send the Queen in first to take the hits. The Banelings go in. And oh, both the bunkers go down.
Actually,
the 3rd bunker, well, it went down far enough. He is forced to try and salvage it. The 3rd bunker is being repaired. He needs to kill those SCVs first. He does finally get the SCVs. So the 3rd bunker is going to go down as well. It even gets destroyed instead of salvaged. Leenock. What? This kid is so good. He defends it, kills it off, saves the hatchery, and now he just starts Zergling speed like nothing happened.
I have no idea what to say. I'm amazed by Leenock. But Polt is going for the wall off, he's going for the 3rd barracks, and he is definitely not out of this game yet.
No, by any means.
He is on 20 SCVs against 19 drones right now, and
Leenock's going to make nothing but drones for the next 2 minutes, though. So,
yep, that's exactly what's going to happen. But he has to be careful nonetheless. He has the Baneling Nest already. He's going for Baneling Ling speed now, and the creep spread as well, which is really important in this situation. He has 1 queen, he needs more of them, but Polt is now focusing a little bit more on his own expansion, trying to get into the macro game. But Leenock still has to be aware that there could be a second push with Marines, because Polt has gas, but he only took 1 refinery so far.
Yeah, no, I mean, Leenock, that's the thing about playing against Terran is, you know what, even if you force them back into the base, you always have to worry about them coming out with a push a minute later, depending on how many barracks they've put up, and that kind of thing. We've seen a lot of all-ins by Terrans, I gotta say. A lot of all-ins and cheeses by Terrans today. I'm just noticing that.
Polt is getting tons of Marines right now, and Leenock's creep spread will be crucial for the fight if Polt actually decides to attack with a lot of Marines. There won't be Baneling speed in the equation when Polt attacks, so he has to have a decent creep spread that he gets that extra speed on creep in order to make sure that he's able to take down as many Marines as possible. And with Polt getting combat shield and more Marines, no factory, no second gas. It looks like he's really going for another Marine attack. He already has 20 Marines.
Yeah. Well, and this is a little bit strange because, I mean, if Leenock has any Banelings, Marines without stim, if they get on creep, which Leenock has made a lot of, they're just going to die. They're just going to die to Banes, especially with Speedlings to kind of wrap around them and keep them in place.
The thing is that Leenock might just well bust his opponent. Leenock is not getting too many drones right now. Look at that, he scouts that Marine push, but so far the whole time, he cut drone production at 35. He's tied in terms of harvesters. Polt has the better economy due to the mules, but 44 Zerglings. He has 44 Zerglings, and oh my god.
And several Banelings being morphed right now as well, and you know what? That's going to be the key, is those Banelings. All he needs to do is get a few Zerglings behind.
Is coming.
Oh, he drops the Marines. He targets down the base, but one lands, two lands. Those two Banelings are all it took to weaken that army completely. And Leenock slaughters Polt's Marines. And Polt is now stuck in his base again. Leenock's probably, he's just going to bust him. He says, it is over. It is time for it to be completely over.
Leenock was just so smart. He knew either there's going to be attack or I'm going to bust him. I think that is exactly what he wanted to do. He knew his opponent would either attack, then he could bust him, or he would just try to go for a Marine attack.
And here comes the bust. All three barracks are going to go down. No, he actually just bust the one in the middle to keep some alive, but he's...
Look at him!
Oh, there it
the
goes!
SCVs!
Oh! SCVs getting slaughtered! Even more SCVs getting slaughtered at the bottom.
GG!
Leenock advances with a score of 3-1. Wow. Polt's like, oh well. That just happened? Oh well. Polt is not out of this yet by any means, obviously. He is probably still... Well, he's actually still, I think, guaranteed to be in the playoffs.
Currently
the round of 6.
Looking at the... Yeah, Polt is through.
Yeah, because he's 2-2. And, yeah, actually, we're going to have to take a look at the rounds themselves, but I believe that might end the match. Let me just double-check what the other games are. I think that ends the series, depending on... Well, actually, MMA is at 3-0. Never mind. We still have more games to play because we still have to determine who gets out first between Leenock and MMA. Because MMA is currently at 3-0.
No, actually, MMA won. So even if MMA is losing the next match, he will be tied with Leenock, and as he won the direct encounter, he will be ahead.
There you go. Good point. All right, so it's basically been determined. I'm not sure if we're going to...
if you see additional games.
See additional games or not. Hopefully we'll hear about that in just a moment here. But, yeah, because Naniwa and Nesty would be the next game, and that they're both out. So, unfortunately, that game would not need to be played regardless. And MMA versus Polt would be the last game of the day. And even if Polt wins that... Oh, wait. If Polt wins that, it would be a three-way tie. That's what it would be. Okay, if Polt wins that, then it would be a three-way tie because then it would be 3-1, 3-1, 3-1.
But does it matter?
Yeah, because then Polt would have beat MMA.
Yeah.
And
yeah, if Polt beats
Leenock would have beaten Polt, and yeah.
If Polt beats MMA, there might be a three-way tie in the group. You're right.
So we will have another game. Sorry, we had to figure that out there. We're trying to cast the games.
We did a really good job at that, didn't we?
We did. Yeah, not too bad. We're trying to cast the games and do math at the same time. I'm pretty good at math, though, so we figured it out eventually. We can multitask. We can
Naniwa is
cast.
joining just now, so it might just be that we cast all the games.
Might as well.
I should.
I'm
up for it.
not going to argue because
Naniwa against Nesty.
how
Hey,
can
bring
we
it.
deprive people of Naniwa versus Nesty the rematch? We can't do that to you guys. So
Awesome.
we get to see that.
Both join the lobby. Naniwa against Nesty. And I have to say, with the situation as it is, that both of them are actually already out of the tournament, this is a match for honor, and given the history of them.
Yeah. So let me lay that history out for you guys a little bit first, by the way. For those of you that are not familiar, these guys met at BlizzCon. And Nesty beat Naniwa. It wasn't exactly a slaughter or anything like that.
2-1.
But he beat him 2-1, right? So, and that was as expected. Naniwa is a very, very top European player, but hadn't quite broken into the ranks. He hadn't done too well in the GSL yet. So, you know, when they met again in the special invitational at MLG, everyone kind of expected the same. Naniwa actually 2-1 Nesty at that point in time. And what? You guys are going to find out in just a second the craziness that is about to happen.